So we're going to do a little bit more with marker drawings today, and we're going to talk about something that is a little fun for me, which is if you don't have a full set of colors, what happens if you want to still make art but you want to do a limited color palette? Well, you can do all kinds of things with limited colors, and today we're going to do these three fun little guys using the same three colors. Now these are Sharpies, and that's all that there really is to it. And we're gonna do a cat, the goldfish, and the teddy bear, and we'll just get started. Hi guys, so we've got this ready to go. I'm just gonna show you my three colors here. I totally told you that these were all Sharpies. These are not all Sharpies. These two are Prismacolor markers. This is the pink, and this is the yellow, and this is actually a yellow-orange. I'm actually going to test this right quick because my brain isn't working today. That's perfect. Okay, great. I actually didn't know what color this was when I picked it up. So the basis of this is that we're going to do some of these little drawings, the little cat, the bear, and the fish with a limited color palette, which are these three markers. You can do a lot with a limited color palette, and it pushes your creativity to use them in different ways because there's only so much you can do, right? So let's get started with this, and I'll show you how I did these. Now for this one, we're gonna start with the little cat. He's very, very cute and sweet, but we're just gonna start with this orange. And you know what? I think this is the dead orange. Let's see. Yep, this is the dead orange. Hang on a second. I'm gonna grab my other orange.
The dead orange won't work.
Yep, it won't work. The dead orange. I'm gonna throw a screen card up that says 2 hours late. Okay, right. Here's the not dead orange now that we're back. You can see how I could get these mistaken in a dark bag, but this one is dead, and I'm gonna show you. When you see a Sharpie that starts to look like this, where the tip is blunted and it starts to lose coloration, it's probably time to throw it away. Like that. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this orange. This is kind of like a pastel. I think it's called dreamsicle or creamsicle, or it's supposed to be orange. I don't know. All I know that is ice cream. So we're gonna go ahead and start. And the best part of this is that we're just gonna work in really flat washes, and we're just gonna sketch in our little cat. And these don't have to be specific. You can kind of rearrange and rework these because you're just gonna make the colors all flat. So we're gonna just fill this in. Don't worry too much about trying to get the lines out because we're probably gonna give it a second coat of color. Oh, by the way, this is just a regular sketchbook. I'm working on the very back page. As you can see, like the bleed. I don't want there to be bleed through on the pages behind it because this paper is fairly thin. So try to work on the back page if you can. We'll do it Japanese style, left to right. And so there's that. We're gonna do his little ears up to the top. Little triangles here and down, and just fill this all in. Very good. And don't worry too much about there being lines or it being a little bit scraggly. We'll fill all that in and do the best we can. So there's that. And you know what? If it's messy, that's fine because these are just meant to be cute little figures that you're going to work in a limited palette. You can do whatever you want. So we're going to do his little back, make it nice and arched, and come back up. On this side, make his little front. And you know what? I'm not even going to worry about his anatomy. He's just supposed to be cute. So we're going to make a front foot, a back foot. That's it. And a tail. We're going to bring it around the front here. And that's it. Look at that. Like, that's a cat shape. It's generally a cat shape. I am generally a person shape. I actually want his back to be a little bit more round. There we go. This is a little bit thinner cat. This is going to be a fatter cat. Who doesn't like a fat cat? So we're going to just fill this in. Fill this in really fast. Doesn't have to be specific. Doesn't have to be anything too difficult. We're just laying these colors in here. I find these are a lot of fun to do when there's not a whole lot going on. Get a little bit tired of doing really detailed, high intricacy pieces, and sometimes you just gotta color. Just channel your inner 4-year-old. Can you tell I'm having a hard time speaking today? We've been struggling over here at the studio as art's going on with everything going on in the world. So we just need something to smile at, and that's what we're doing today. And I think that working with a limited color palette really kind of pushes the imagination, because you can't always have 90 colors to work with. You don't have a whole set of art markers or pencils, or sometimes you just have highlighters, and highlighters don't come in a real long, wide range of colors, so this would be great to do for that. So you just kind of fill in. Okay, so there's the first one. We're gonna leave that. We're gonna move on to the yellow. So we're gonna do our little goldfish guy. And this is a Prismacolor marker. It's an alcohol-based marker. This is a little bit higher quality than what a Sharpie would be, but you can get these in most craft stores. They're not terribly expensive, probably, well, actually I take that back. They are kind of expensive. They're probably $5 a marker, but they come in great colors and they last forever. So for this fish, we're just gonna start with a football shape, because this is literally an exercise in color blocks and showcasing shapes, because we aren't gonna play any detail in here until we're down to the end. Okay, so we just fill that in. We do a little swoopy and a little swoopy. And we fill in the tail. And we swoop, 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 swoop. And that's nice. Do that, fill that in. We got a little fin up top. Doop, doop, doop. Doop, 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 doop. Just like that. Okay, so that's nice. That's fun. We'll get a little top it there. Okay, so there's our basic for that. Oops. Basis for that. And then we have the pink. And the pink is also a Prismacolor. Also, this is a hot pink one. This is not the color that it will be. It'll be this neon pink here. And these have two ends, so I'm gonna go with the broad end, because that's all we're doing is sketching. And I'm gonna make a nice like potato shape. Just start there, fill that in. And then I want the other cheek to be as potatoey, so I just kind of imitate it on the other side. Blech. We're gonna go this way, put some ears on that bad boy, and some little hug arms. Who doesn't want to hug from a big potato bear? I don't know. So we're filling that in, make him nice and fat. Nice and fat. And his little legs, and then come across, and there we go. So now we fill it in all the way. Now on this one I left those white originally, and I don't want to do that on this one, so we're not going to. Okay, so we do this. All right. There'll be different bears, it'll be fine. So there's that. Okay, so now that we've gotten this done, now I recommend taking either like a ballpoint pen, or this has nothing on it. That's awesome. I'm pretty sure this is a Copic fine liner. This is a 0.3. You don't need to use a fine liner. I'm gonna use this ballpoint pen. So we're gonna lay the detail in for the basis of the creatures. We're gonna make some little cute eyes on our cat. We're gonna do some little ears inside. We're gonna do his little nose and his little happy face. A little chin. We're gonna give him some little stripes here. And some little stripes on the tail. Just like that. Okay, so now we're gonna lay in some more detail, like his back feet, and his front feet, and his other front feet, and some little like poofy chest bits. And there's the side of his head. And look, these lines don't have to be right. They don't even have to be perfect. These are just something fun. And honestly, the less perfect they are, the more handmade, the sweeter they can kind of feel. And you can even do like Lori does with a couple of line strokes. Just extra, something fun. Oh, and then we're gonna do his little stripes up here, and some cute whiskers. And now for the fish, we're gonna lay his eye in here. And we'll give him a little smile. And do his little outline. And there's that, and there's that. around that.
You turned out so cute.
Isn't he cute? We're gonna do just cute things with a little bit of color. So we can lay that in, and we'll do a little bit of a line there for the back side of his tail. Some little extra fin lines. He reminds me of a goldfish like you would eat in grade school, which I love. I'm still kind of addicted to those. And then we could just do his scales, just really simple, nothing too complicated, just some little C shapes all the way around. Okay, so there's the line art for him. Now we're gonna do our little teddy bear, and we'll make his eyes and a big nose and a little happy face. And the top of his nose, some little stitch lines, the inside of his ears, some big happy cheeks. He's got a little chin here. And these can be really messy lines. They don't need to be perfect. I think these are really fun to put inside birthday cards, or gosh, you can really put them anywhere. You know, if you want to make stickers out of them, we're going to talk about that at some point, how to make homemade stickers. And then we're going to just line these guys. Give their little feet, his little feets, something to do here, little paws. Okay, we'll give him his big tummy. Okay, so there's the detail on all these guys. Now, since we're working in this palette, we want to show off all three colors in each of these creatures. So we're gonna start with this guy with the yellow, and we're gonna start with the cat. So we're gonna do his face in this yellow. Oh, and see, that ballpoint pen was not dry. That's okay, it's all right. It's a feature, not a flaw. And we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna clean that off a little bit. I think I'm gonna put some more yellow in between his little stripes here. Okay. And you know what we're gonna do? Because I kind of darkened in around that because that bled a little bit, I'm just gonna give him a mask. He's gonna be a superhero cat. We're gonna roll with it today. Cause that's what today is. Just gonna roll with it. So we're gonna put this little pink mask on this little cat. And you're gonna see this pink, like right now it doesn't look like there's doing a whole lot, but when I get away from it and this all dries up, you're gonna really see it. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna give him a little tie for his little mask. Very nice, look at that. And we'll go in and give that an outline in a minute, and then we'll fill in his stripes. Maybe he's a bandito cat. He's a cat burglar, oh no! All right, okay. So we'll give him his little paw. Okay, so we've done the yellow, we've done the pink. Let's fill in his little ears up here. Okay, I love that. Now we're gonna tighten up the little mask idea. See, this is the fun part about pushing your creativity, is it can be anything. Like, it doesn't have to be a specific thing. You can just kind of get in, get your hands dirty with it, and just let it be what it is. Look, we're gonna give him some little eye holes to look through. And look at that. We're actually gonna just give him a little bit more detail on the mask. We're just gonna fill it in a little bit.
Oh, he's so cute.
He's a cat burglar. Who's gonna burgle some cats? All right, so we're gonna do that, and then I'll come back in and we'll just fill this in. Give it just a little bit more to match. Okay, now we're gonna work on the goldfish, and we're gonna take our orange, and to do this, I think I'm just gonna run these up the sides of his fins here a little bit, give him some dimension there. his tail. And we're gonna fill in some of the scales here on his back. I like to skip every other one, if possible. So we're gonna skip a line and then go back here. Awesome, look at that. Okay, so now we're gonna do his other scales. I don't like that fine and tip end. So we're gonna do this one, and this one, and this one. This one, this one, this one. And you just kind of give it random. You don't have to do anything too specific. I think the more random it is, the more fun it kind of feels. So look, you can see how that turned out. And now we'll do our teddy bear. So for the orange, I start in the ears and go around the cheeks. Okay, and his little arms. These are really fun to do if you just don't know what else to do and what else is going on. Like, I really enjoy just sitting down and sketching in markers because they're easy and they're colorful, and they can get a lot of emotion and a lot of movement without like erasing and going back over it. So I really enjoy this process. Now for his nose, we're gonna add the yellow on top. And you'll notice there's a difference in color when you lay the yellow over the pink versus the orange. And it's definitely a different color set. And the Prismacolor markers have a tendency to be a little bit more pigmented and have a lot more alcohol in them than the regular Sharpies do. So that's always kind of fun to play with and see how that turns out. So that orange is a lot more vibrant, or that this yellow is a lot more vibrant than that orange. So we're actually just gonna go over it with a ballpoint pen and give it a little bit more definition. Now when the Prismacolor marker dries, there'll probably be more of a difference, but until then, that's all right. So we'll give him some little stitchy lines, and some little stitchy lines. Okay, so really it's that easy. That's how you can work in a color palette that's very limited and give yourself something really fun to do. You could cut these guys out and put them on the front of a card. You could cut them out and use some white glue and stick them on like stickers. You could do all kinds of things with these. And really the sky's the limit when you come to these limited color palettes. I hope this was fun for you guys. It's just a fun little like startup drawing, maybe to warm up before you do something else, or just because it's fun. And that's the whole point, is we want to have fun making art. So thank you so much. Have a great day.